Stand with me, or fall before me.
Hello again and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm, Storm Talk. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new range specialist, Sylvanas. So, as you can see, Sylvanas Windrunner from World of Warcraft. You can take a moment to read her little backstory. Her character model is very similar to that of Tyrann's and pretty much all of the other archers for the most part. Well, Tyrann, Vala, so pretty simple. Her trait is Black Arrow. Her attacks and abilities stun minions, mercenaries, and towers. This is probably going to get majorly debuffed soon, but right now it is overpowered. It's crazy. Her basic abilities are Withering Fire. She shoots the closest enemy for 25 damage. She can store up to 5 charges. You gain 1 charge by killing an enemy minion, and 3 charges from heroes. Shadow Daggers. You deal 10 damage, an additional 40 damage over 2 seconds. The effect spreads to nearby targets.
Unleash me.
And Haunting Wave. You send forth a wave of banshees. They deal damage to all targets in their path, and you can reactivate it to teleport. Her heroic abilities are Welling Arrow. You shoot an arrow that explodes for 200 damage and silences enemies for 2.5 seconds. And Possession. You take over an enemy minion. It has a 4-second cooldown, 20 seconds against catapults. Now take a look at her skins. You have her Banshee Queen skin and color variations. Her Master skin, as well with color variations. And then her She Hasn't Died Yet skin and color variations.
Be done with it.
I'm just going to pull out the Master skin, red, because we've talked about this before. Let's go ahead and go in.
You toy with a power you cannot comprehend.
Okay, so now
Give the order.
to show her abilities, you have her Banshees, Haunting Wave. You can shoot them out, and you can see this tether that connects you to them. Before it ends, if you reactivate, you can go directly to them. You then have Shadow Dagger.
My will is...
You can hit a target, and then it will spread the dagger's effect. That's not what I meant to use. Then you have Withering Arrow. As you're shooting, you hit Withering Arrow, and Withering Arrow will attack. It's a little bit hard to demonstrate, but...
Of course.
It can be used while running, it can be used with movement. In general, it can be used as an all-around nice ability. Gives you an extra attack in fights. It does 28 damage as compared to your 30 damage at level 1. So it is a comparable attack early on. And it's basically just a second off fire. Okay. And as you saw, her trait, when used, turns off enemy towers and prevents them from attacking. Okay, now let's go ahead and refresh those forts, and we're going to take a look at stats. At level 1, she has 720 HP, a 1.46 regeneration, 500 mana with a 3-point regeneration. She has 5.5 attack range with a damage of 30, a 1.67 attacks per second, making her one of the fastest heroes short of Tychus. And just in general, she is pretty badass. Now we're going to go ahead and level her up. At level 30, she has 4,490 hit points with a 9.28 regeneration, 790 with 5.83 regeneration, and she now deals 233 damage. Withering Fire now does 115 damage. A stark difference, so it's no longer comparable to an auto attack, but it's still half price. Like, it's a free cooldown, 2-second cooldown, half damage attack. I mean, you can't really complain about that. Shadow Dagger now does 115 with an additional 460 over 2 seconds, and Haunting Wave does 360.
Done.
So, let's go ahead and look at her abilities. We're of course going to start this one going with just the top 2. So, let's go ahead and take... Let's go ahead and take Lost Souls. This allows the dagger to be used at a higher cooldown, and just pretty much is able to spread your passive. With the Wind could totally be usable too. It increases Withering Range's range. So yeah, it's pretty nice actually.
Choose a talent.
Now, we're pretty much just going to take the trait talents from now on. Sorry, and for the rest of these you have With the Wind, increased 25%. Barbed Shot, Withering Fire now deals 200% damage to minions and mercenaries. And Corruption. Basic attacks against structures destroy 2 ammo. I actually do not agree with Corruption being here. It is her version of Demolition, but since her passive is turn off the tower, there's really no reason to lower its ammunition, unlike other heroes like Nazebo or Zagara, where in order to get in and start punching the building, you have to drop their ammunition to where they can't shoot you anymore. She just turns them off. There's really no reason to have turn them off and make them run out of ammo. But I'll get into that some other time. At level 4, you have Paralysis. Increases duration of Black Arrow by 100%, so from 1 to 2 seconds. Overflowing Quiver. Whenever you would gain a Withering Fire charge by killing a minion or hero, while at maximum, it is automatically fired. So if you haven't used Withering Charge and you kill a minion, you basically will shoot a free Withering Charge. And Ranger's Ambush. Using Hunter's Wave to teleport will instantly reload your Withering Fire. So we're going to go with Paralysis, just because we're going to kind of be building up on traits. Or on this trait for the most part. At level 7, Unstable Poison. Minions and mercenaries that die under the effect of Black Arrows explode, dealing 345 damage at level 30 to nearby enemies. Just, this is kind of badass and powerful. You have Life Drain. Shadow Dagger heals you for 115 each time it spreads to a new enemy. It's a nice little ability, but dealing a massive amounts of damage is usually better. She also has Follow Through. Using an ability, your next basic attack deals bonus damage. Mercenaries are stronger when she's around them. And Shade Form, it grants stealth. Of course, we're going to go with the trait.
Talent.
And Welling Arrow. Shoot an arrow that explodes for 800 damage and silences enemies for 2.5 seconds. You can activate this ability early to blow it up early. So, to demonstrate this now that we have it,
It's time to even scores.
just as simple, you shoot an arrow. But if you're in the middle of a fight, let's actually demonstrate this with minions. If you're in the middle of a fight, it won't actually, like, yeah, you can take out an entire minion wave like that, but it won't actually hit anybody, so if you don't re-trigger it, it doesn't kill. Just plain and simple, it's pretty much worthless unless you trigger it, or you can get it to range. Let's go ahead and refresh those ports. Okay, now, at level 13, we have Overwhelming Affliction. Black Arrow now applies to heroes, slowing their movement speed by 5% for the duration, and it stacks up to 5 times. You have Evasive Fire. You gain 10% movement speed for 2 seconds whenever an enemy is hit with your Withering Arrow. Splintering Shot. Withering Arrow hits a second target for 86 damage, and General Talent Spell Shield. We're taking Overwhelming Affliction because we're building up traits.
Choose a talent.
Windrunner, you after teleporting from Haunting Wave, you can cast it again for free. Shadow Dagger makes enemies vulnerable. Yeah. It does reduce the range of Shadow Dagger, but it pretty much allows you to blow things up. Then Will of the Forsaken and Blood for Blood are general talents. Will of the Forsaken is the sprint talent, but a special variant just for Sylvanas. We're going to take Cold Embrace, and we're going to take Deafening Blast. Enemies in the center are silenced for twice as long. Other abilities are Fury of the Storms. Next basic attack will deal additional damage to the target and damage to all minions and mercenaries nearby, and a free teleport. So, as you can see, there's now 2 circles.
The moment is upon us.
And if you can land in the middle, they take double damage.
I'm listening.
So let's go ahead and demonstrate this as a combative character. We have mostly put into Welling arrows. So we're just going to go ahead and take out the entire enemy minion base with a single attack. He's getting away, we'll just take him out real quick and easy. And we'll just turn off the enemy towers so they can't really attack us.
You have my thanks.
As you can see, the moment you take your first shot on the fort turns off. Pretty much becomes worthless. And as you can see, as a specialist, which she is designed to do major siege damage and whatnot,
glorious.
She is unparalleled. You can also see she is extremely overpowered at the moment, and will probably be facing some major nerfs soon. Now, I've only played her a couple of times in try mode and like just going through, and I spent about half an hour or so trying to figure out all the possible variations and stuff I could think of. Wanted to get this one out pretty early, but this is what I've been looking at as a possible kill build for her. We're going to go with Barbed Shot, 200 damage against minions and mercenaries.
That will suffice.
Overflowing Quiver. We're going to use Shade Form for the stealth. Possession. Force an enemy minion to fight for you. It gains 20% attack damage and health. The cooldown is increased to 20 seconds if used on a catapult, but you usually don't have to worry about that, so it's a 4-second cooldown generally.
Victory draws near.
Level 13, we're going with Splintering Shot. And at level 16, we're going to take Windrunner. Level 20, we're going to take Dark Lady. Increases attack damage and health by 30% and allows you to possess Mercenaries. Mercenaries have a 20-second cooldown as well. I have yet, since I do not own her, I mean she's 15,000 instead of 10,000, so when they reduce her price I'll probably get her. But her ability just to kind of take over mercenaries, I'm not sure if it's a single mercenary or a whole group, but just plain and simple, it seems 20-second cooldown to take over one of the giants is awesome. If you could somehow take over a boss with this, like, oh yeah, you're on the curse map and they ended up getting a golem. Oh yeah, I know you just lost 2 people in this team fight, but you were able to sneak capture that golem. Yeah, no, it's on my team now. Just thought I should tell you. So like, yeah, this could totally be overpowered. So we're gonna take it, and now to demonstrate this a little bit in a fight, gonna toggle minions. Remember, I put a lot of ability in, actually, let's turn them off real quick, just kind of demonstrate. Put a lot of ability in Withering Fire, and I also took Haunting Waves, so that I can cloak,
Of course.
and just kind of have that maneuverability. So I'm gonna take over one of the guys in the back, take out the entire group. As you can see, every minion that died around me was having me firing free withering shots. Just kind of get in there close.
Glory to the Forsaken.
Minion wave spawns, just possess one of them.
Listening.
Like,
Their
seriously, you get in there, you get
defenses
in fast, even without minions. With this build, since you become invisible, just walk in, shoot, boom, you're out. You can outrange them with your dagger. Just give it a second to infest. You've taken out an entire minion or cannon line. Like, yeah, you take out an entire team's towers based on a single attack.
Done.
So it literally comes up to a, how do you want to do this? You can throw your banshees at them. Even if you don't, you give that a second to kind of work in. Shoot. You can't take over enemy towers because that would just be broken, but like, you're almost unkillable by the buildings, which are like the biggest threat from most players in early game harassment. So yeah. Anyway, as you can see, she does have a little bit of work that needs done, and but she is extremely strong. And she's fun. Like, I can't wait till I can actually get a chance to play her, like, for legit, and actually be on a team with her, using her, or being an ally to her. The potential that she brings to the table, even in just being able to possess enemy minions and stuff, can change the game. And something I'm really looking forward to see how it works. Just go ahead and do this, and I hope you had fun, I hope this was informative, and have a nice day.